I'd like to introduce our next speaker, Mr. Bob Wright.
Good morning. You know, it's always a good morning when you wake up surrounded by armed patriots. It's a little chilly out there, folks. We're having trouble hearing your voices up here. Do you think they're going to hear them across the Potomac? Come on, let's get those voices going. There we go.
I knocked that flag down.
You know, it is wonderful to see everybody here. You are going to serve as the breach in the wall. You're the first ones to do this in a national park, and I guarantee you the success of this event is going to spawn many more across our country. So be very, very proud of what you've done. Feel very, very sorry for those who determined that perhaps this wasn't their course of action. All right? Ladies and gentlemen, we live in a time, we live in a country, we live in an insanity where the thought of gun enthusiasts bringing guns to a gun rally brings out the press. That's the foolishness we live in today. Because our political dialogue has developed into this cartoon character of professional wrestling. And those people across the Potomac cannot wrap their minds around a real grassroots movement whose leader is not a person, is not a party, but it is a constitution and a love of that constitution and the heartfelt knowledge of the beauty and the freedom that that constitution brings. Now that's why we're here today. How many of you have been asked by Reporters Day, what's the message you're sending? You know, we've got people, they've developed this new word, sounds like a bunch of kindergartners out on the playground. Hater, hater, he's a hater. You know what I see here?
Lovers.
And I mean this all the way from the bottom of my heart. I see love here. I see the love of our country. I see the love of our history. I see the love of our form of government. I see the love for our grandchildren and the hopes that they too will enjoy the prosperity that we were allowed to enjoy. And I see a love of ourselves, a love that we are here in this marvelous country. And I see not a threat as so many have imposed. I came here to threaten no one. What I came here for was to remind what the course of this country has been in the past and what it will be in the future. And we are going to continue to be Americans. And we are going to continue to enjoy the rights of Americans. We are not the democracy they want us to be. We are a constitutional republic. Many will ask, what is the difference? You know, in a democracy, 2 wolves and a sheep can sit down and decide what's for dinner. They can vote. But in a constitutional republic, it doesn't matter how many wolves vote, you still can't eat the sheep. We have government now that has decided our Constitution is irrelevant. And they have decided that if they can tell a big enough lie to enough damn fools, they can vote away your rights that have been paid for in the blood of your fathers in battlefields all across the world. This rally is there to remind them that they can tell all the lies they want to all the fools they want. They can pass whatever laws they want, but the rights we enjoy are inviolate. These rights are the ones that we will stand for in front of all foes. There is no point to which we will not go to make sure that those rights that our fathers and our grandfathers and their grandfathers fought for remain in our hands and will be passed down to our children and our grandchildren intact, because that is our responsibility as Americans. Too often it seems that our political leaders think this is like, you know, Sunday afternoon chess games in the park, and if I lose today, we'll just come back next week, set the board up again. But we have for almost 70 years watched the erosion of traditional rights in this country. And it has cut across both parties. And I'm telling each and every one of you here today, the remedy does not lie, will not lie, cannot lie with a man or a woman or a party. The salvation of this republic lies in you. It lies in a relentless drive to force this government back within the constitutional boundaries that our founders chained this government to. When you were in school, they used words like civic responsibility and your duties as a citizen. Well, they have devolved that down now to where they tell you your only duty as a citizen is to walk into a voting booth somewhere and pull a lever for whatever corrupt people they've decided to put on the ballot this time. I say your duties as a citizen go far beyond that. And they mean coming here. They mean coming armed. They mean getting into your neighborhoods and your churches and your schools. They mean this. For 70 years they have denigrated the very words that this country was christened with. Words like liberty, words like patriot. They have made fun of you, they have mocked you. But you know what? It is time that we resurrect the lexicon of liberty. That it becomes part of our daily dialogue. That we take away this cartoon behavior from our political dialogue in this country, and we reestablish a dialogue of liberty.
Here, here. Yeah.